Hey there, how are you? My name is Jorge Daniel, and I want to welcome you to this Power Platform Essentials video series. This is the sixth video on this series that will take you through the works on Power Platform. In the last video, we talked about the different types of columns available in Dataverse tables and started to build a working solution. Before expanding even further, we should discuss table relationship. Dataverse supports many-to-one and one-to-many relationship. These are the same in the way that what changes is the perspective you take, either from the one side or the many side. In the previous episode, we created a lookup column in the expense table to the account table. That created a relationship. Let's take a look at it. In our solution, opening the expense table, we have a relationships section. Here, we can find the relationship that was created when we created the lookup. Looking at the details of the relationship, we can see that it's a many-to-one relationship, meaning that an account can have many expense records associated with it. And if we expand advanced options, you can set the behavior of the relationship. With referential, you can decide what happens if the parent record gets deleted. In this example, what happens if you delete an account with related expenses? If you keep remove link, the expenses records will be kept in the database, but with no account associated. If you set this to restrict, you won't be able to delete an account with related expenses. You would have to delete the expenses first. This is helpful if you want to prevent orphan record. Another behavior that it's possible is the parental behavior. This means that the action you take on the parent is also taken on its children. Deleting an account would delete all related expenses. On the other hand, if you choose custom, you can fine-tune the behavior for each action. There is also another type of relationship, the many-to-many. I usually try to avoid these ones, but if there is no other way around them, then this should be built by you. What this means is that if you create a many-to-many relationship, Dataverse will create a bridge table for you, containing the IDs of the tables you are connecting. A good example of this is students and classes. Let's create a new solution. Just create two tables very quickly to demonstrate this. Let's start with the student table. Student table. The primary column will be name, makes sense. And now let's create the classes table. Name is alright also. So, a student can enroll in many classes and a class can have many students. So, this is a many-to-many relationship. What we could do is go into maybe the class table and create a new relationship, a many-to-many, between class and student. And what this would do is create a table between these two tables here, class and student. What you should do really is create another table, a third table, to do the work, that work for you. So another table would be class enrollment. The primary column here might be better served with an ID and an auto number. So let's save this one. And now we need to create two columns for this table. One for student, and this will be a lookup. Sorry. And then we are going to create another lookup for class. The benefit here is that you can control this table, interact with it, and even extend its properties and columns, something you can't do with the system table that we created. Now that we know about table relationships, let's maybe create a new table for the expense solution we are building. So let's go back to that solution and create a new table, expense type. Let's leave the primary column as name and then create a couple more columns, one for ID. This one will be a auto number. Okay. And in the expense table, let's create the relationship, new relationship, and this will be a many-to-one, meaning a type can be related with many expense records. We want here the expense type, and let's make it referential and restrict, so we won't be able to delete a type that has been used in expenses. And done. And if you noticed, this has also created the lookup for you. There you are. This was important stuff that we covered. Come back next week to continue to build this solution with me. See you soon!